Alright, Grantm127. Let's get started. You have a Relic Commander Luke Skywalker. That's nice. This team here could use a little work. Chewpio is probably the one that you need to relic up the least, but I'd say at least Han and Chewie get to Relic 3. Preferably Relic 5 though. C3PO can also get, to Relic 3 or 5. That's the basics right there. That's what I already see. It's nice that you have the Omicron. Now I believe you said you got the Geonosis and the Ewok bundle. Yeah, appears to be so. You got C3PO at 7 stars, so you didn't need Nisa for that. That's nice. Bossk is gear 12. That's always nice to see. Do you have a ship up and running? Alright, get this ship to 7 stars, and after you get the CLS team up to... Oh, you don't even have any mods on here. You have mods on anyone? Let's see. Oh, you have mods on him. That's nice. You have the right mods? Offense, tenacity. Yeah. 56 speed. Work on this right here. If you're having trouble getting good speed mods, mod battles, especially the 9th tier, at the end, what do you call it? The 9th category of all the stages. Tier 9, go to that and get the materials used to... Once you get to gear 12, you can upgrade these to 6-star 6-dot mods. So I'd highly recommend doing that, especially for CLS and his team, because that seems to be your main team right now. So get these up to 6 dots. Then you can get a little bit more speed. That's probably what's holding you back the most right now. Yeah. Yeah. You see, this should be more like 240 at the minimum. I can't remember. Does his unique give speed too? It does not. So yeah, get him a little bit higher. Him speed isn't as important on as, say, Han. But speed's important for pretty much every unit, except for maybe Jedi Knight Luke. But that's further down the road. That's not yet. This should be around 230 at the minimum. I mean, you always want to try for at least... This blue number right here is how much your mods are giving you in terms of speed. It adds to the base speed. So your base speed is 207 minus 71, so 136. You want this to be about 94. All right? You want this blue number here to be 94 at the minimum. Higher is always better though. Captain Rex and Iden Versio. So you have the Zeta. I don't know how you're doing on Omicrons right now. I'm assuming you started in either early May or April. But if there's one Omicron to apply, I'd say do him, since your Phoenix team is pretty good. I saw Captain Rex here, I saw Hera down here. Oh, you already applied one Omicron. That's unfortunate. I mean, it's always good, territory wars. You want to get a couple of those, but that shouldn't be your first one, really. You want to get a couple of GAC, Grand Arena Omicrons, because that will make the whole experience, getting more Zetas, all that, so much easier. Higher crystal income, all that. Are you working on Jedi Knight Revan? Oh, you have him. Alright, get him up as soon as you can. He will, besides CLS, this is going to be your main team right now. You know, put Geos on defense. The Geonosians. Ewoks can go on defense. Maybe Bounty Hunters for third, you know. Because Bossk is a pretty good lead, but make sure you get some good mods on him, you know. Defense and health. Yeah, and you gotta have Mando and Grief. And who else can we put on your defense team? Boba Fett. And yeah, Dengar's probably the best choice. Do you have his upgrade that lets him assist? Nice. So yeah, do that. Bounty Hunters, Geos, Ewoks for defense. Put Ewoks in the back. I would say maybe Geos on top, you know, in front of the ship in front of the ship territory. And use Phoenix for offense, you know, CLS for offense, and maybe Iden Versio for offense. Alright? Oh. Get Kylo Ren over here up. And give him some health mods. Because once you do that, he can trip up a lot of beginners at the Grand Arena, you know. You really have to either have someone who does a lot of damage, has a high damage output, or you have to use an insta-kill against him, which is what a lot of beginner teams will do. You know, if they get past you. So someone like Mando is good for that. To get a first order Kylo Ren out. Also Nihilus over here. I'm assuming you have the Lightspeed bundle, yeah. Or not the Lightspeed bundle, the Hyperdrive bundle. This move right here, Annihilate. That will defeat the target enemy, and it's unavoidable. It's really useful if you can't beat Kylo Ren, if he's, you know, higher gear level than you, you can't get any damage done. Send out a second team with him or Bounty Hunters with Mando, if you decide to keep it on offense. It's up to you. But yeah, Geo's on defense at I think I said the top, in front of the ship territory. Ewoks in the back left, bottom left, and then Bounty Hunters on the bottom there, right in front of the Ewoks. CLS for offense. Iden Versio for offense with the troopers here. You know, Iden Versio, Snow Trooper, Shore Trooper I saw. Yep. Death Trooper, and I think Colonel Stark is considered a trooper. And then the last one would be your Phoenix here. So Captain Rex, Hera Lead, Captain Rex, Sabine I recommend, and then Kanan and Chopper. Leave Ezra and Zeb out. You know, they're not as powerful for this Phoenix team with the new Captain Rex. Assuming you're not doing Battle for Naboo. Yeah, no, I wouldn't. I'd go for, if you're not doing Sith Triumvirate raid, I'd recommend finding a guild that does the speeder bike raid. That you can use Chewbacca, Han, Captain Rex, Admiral Akbar, 3PO I forgot, Wedge, Hera, Biggs. I don't think you can use R2. And that looks like it. Oh, Lando. But you can get a lot more currency. And it's, you know, a lot easier overall than the Sith Triumvirate. And everyone gets an opportunity to do it, which is nice. You know, if the Sith Triumvirate, you miss out on the first day and someone decides to clear a lot of it out, then there's no option there to get your currency, you know? Kind of screwed. Padme, I'd focus on getting up after CLS. You know, she's a pretty good team. She's tripped me up a lot in the past when I'm going against her. It's the leader that's really the important one. Is this the... Yeah, right here. Courage, and then this one down here. That gives the protection up whenever an enemy attacks out of turn. It's... Yep, and you have the Zetas on both of them. So that's pretty good. Get some mods on her. I mean, there's really no excuse to not have mods on her. You know, she's 17,000. Everyone above this point here, you should have mods on. So everyone before mission should have mods on them, really. Because when you get, you know, and a little more competitive and you go against someone with a higher GP, galactic power than you, you'll probably have to dive into your reserves. And it's really, they're not competitive unless they have mods on them. But there's no way you should be ending up here. Get mods on 3PO? Yeah, nice. Which one is the one that we need here? Not that one. Oh my goodness is nice because it does the 2 confuses, but I wouldn't say it's necessary. You know, absolutely necessary. This one's Galactic Republic, right? Yeah, you can think about getting this one. Especially if you're doing a 3v3. You know, in a 3v3 game arena, he's useful. You do CLS, Han, and Chewie on one team. And then on another team, you have Padme, 3PO, and... I'd say probably Ahsoka, Snips. I don't know where she is in here, though. Oh, here she is. That's good in a 3v3 team. Another thing I'd work on, if you have the time, and you have the Omicrons, you know, down the road, get Jedi Anakin up to 7 stars, and get the Zeta and Omicron on Qui-Gon. And obviously get him up to level 85. You have a lot of good Jedi characters, so I'd highly recommend going this route as soon as possible. Get the Omicron. It gives them offense equal to 30 times their speed, I believe it is. So even if your speed is low, like you don't have any mods, so let's say like 150, then you'll still get an additional 4,500 worth of health, or of offense. So I'd recommend it, and you know, Qui-Gon's Omicron also makes it so that no one else, sorry, yeah, I think it is, no one else can die until he dies, and once he dies, then Anakin takes a bonus turn and gets 400%, I think it is, of his offense. So 4 times his offense. It's really great Omicron, especially if you have Anakin. You know, you're almost done with General Kenobi here. Yoda, I'd say. And you can use Ahsoka if you're not using her for Padme team. But you can also substitute Mace Windu in for Ahsoka if you want to the Padme team. Alright, ships. You're doing good with your Geo ships. I'm assuming you don't have Malevolence yet. Oh, let me check. No Malevolence. You have a Chimera. That's good. Get this Chimera to level 85. You need to get the reinforcement here. It's one of the best reinforcements in the game. And even if Plo Koon isn't that good, get the reinforcement to level 3. You won't regret it. It's like the best reinforcement, probably. It recovers 40% health and protection, and it dispels all debuffs. It's really a great one, and it can be usable on any, you know, any fleet as just a bonus insurance. You know, put it in there and call it in once you're ready, and you'll recover health. And it's also good in Grand Arena. If you're, you know, you've lost a little bit of health and you're starting, and you've lost all your protection, you call it in, you can probably recover full health, and then you get extra banners. Houndstooth, you know, get Bossk to Relic if you can, and get this to 7 stars. Houndstooth is the best tank in the game, hands down. You're doing well with TIE Defender. So what you should be using as your probably offensive team is Chimera with TIE Advanced. TIE Reaper should be a reinforcement, but get this up to level 85. It's not doing any favors right now. Not doing you any favors. TIE Fighter in the additional lineup. So TIE Advanced, TIE Fighter, TIE Bomber. Get that to level 85 for your starting lineup. Then TIE Defender, TIE Reaper. At 6 stars, so you have one more. I'd say put Plo Koon once you get him to 3, 3 star or level 3 for the reinforcement. I'd say put him in last, and that will give you a pretty good team for offense. But you really got to level up your guys. And then on defense, actually you could probably substitute one of these. The TIE Bomber probably. Substitute for Houndstooth actually. So TIE Advanced, Imperial TIE Fighter, Houndstooth in the opening lineup. TIE Defender, I'm assuming you have level 3 here. Yeah, nice. TIE Defender as reinforcement, Plo Koon as reinforcement, and who did I say the last one was? TIE Reaper. Alright. And then for defense, I'd probably do, you have a lot of great rebel ships here, and you have 2 great rebel ships. 2 more. No, they're not the best of the best. And you should be 1 bounty ownership. 2, 3. What are you missing? 1 more, isn't there? But there was 1 more. I mean, obviously not Razor Crest. That's a little early on. You're a little early on for that. But there was 1 more for some reason. Oh, Houndstooth, duh. So you should be able to get the Millennium Falcon soon. And once you do, I'd put that on defense as a reinforcement. Along with Ghost in the front. Or Ghost up first, along with Wedge and Biggs. Phantom reinforcement. And Millennium Falcon reinforcement. That should be all of them, right? Yeah. Phantom. No, I'm missing one. Who would be the last one? I mean, you could use a Vulture droid until then. Oh, why don't you use TIE Silencer? That one's pretty good, and he has a pretty good, afterburner here. He can stun, and it does pretty well with Home 1, where it calls 2 allies to assist. He can stun people a lot. Really nice. And then save these for if you fail the first time. They're really great on a Malevolence fleet, but you obviously don't have that yet, so I'd wait a little bit. As I said, upgrade Jedi Knight Revan. I'm assuming you don't have Darth Revan yet? Check. No. I'd work on him next. Get him up. He's pretty good. And then once you do that, you can work towards Malik. You had Chewie at 7 stars. You have Han at 7 stars. How you doing with Traya? No Traya yet. After you get General Kenobi to 7 stars, start working on her. She has a really good Zeta and Omicron. Down the road. That's what you should be using your Get 1 currency, or Raid 1 currency rather, for. Grievous yet? You have Grievous. So yeah, work on that Malevolence fleet. you want to get him to level 85. And down the road, you can use B1 Battle Droid, B2, Magna Guard, and Droideka. And if you ever get stabbed to 7 stars, then you'd use him too. Other than that, you know, you're doing good with Supreme Warrior Kylo Ren. You know, for now. You're working towards him, probably. And I'd keep going on that, you know. He's a really good first one. That's who I had first. You have the Evan Hawk. I think that's required for Finalizer. Houndstooth, I believe. Can't remember if Slave 1's required, but I think it is. TIE Silencer. Do you have... You do not. Work on Kylo Ren regular, you know, the first one. The one with the hood on. Work on his ship. Because eventually you're gonna need that ship for the Finalizer. Oh, it doesn't even say it on here. I didn't know that. I didn't know if you didn't have it, it doesn't show it. Interesting. Another person's account. Right. Other than that, not much. So definitely work on your mods. That's priority number 1. Priority number 2, get CLS. Pretty much all of them, you know, or at least Han and Chewie to Relic 3. I gave you some tips, you know, for defense. Geo's on the top right. Home 1 fleet on the back left. Or the top left. Ewoks on the bottom left. Then bounty hunters on the bottom right. Bossk. And then for offense, CLS, Phoenix, Iden Versio troopers, and then Chimera with the team I outlined. You don't need any datacrons yet, so really you don't need to focus on these too much. You know, you don't have any really full relic teams, except for maybe Geos, but that's not even really that necessary. Okay, so let me know how I did. You know, work towards Darth Revan, get Malik. About it. Let me know.